I'm tired of playing Chinese roles.
Come on, dog. You want? What you mean? You don't wanna...
Dude, the last gig.
What are you gonna play?
I'm tired of this Chinese.
No.
I'm Korean, motherfucker.
Now I'm gonna join the army.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Careful Boys, where we got Subin here.
Subin!
Come on!
Subie doobie doo.
There's one way to welcome Subin back. It's like this.
My captain, my captain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Private Subin Choi Boy.
Is that what they call you, Private Subin Choi Boy?
No.
What do they call you?
Did you say my full name and last name?
Isn't that your full name and last name?
Oh yeah, they say my full name.
Subin Choi Choi.
Subin Choi Choi!
Subin Choi Choi.
Full name, Subin Choi.
So you enlisted. You went to the National Guard?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
How'd it feel?
Dude, it was crazy though. I'm not even gonna lie, dude.
What made you want to make that decision? Because it's such a big decision.
Dude, honestly, I would love to. I really want to serve my country some way or somehow. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not like. I know it's not like active or anything like that. It's just National Guard. People are like, other branches will teach National Guard, but at the same time, for me, it's just like, how can I serve and still be with my family?
Yeah. Which
So
other
this
branches
is the
teach
route.
National Guard?
The Red Cross makes fun of them a lot.
They're just f***ing around though. All the teasing with like Chair Force, whatever, Coast Guard, everyone's just f***ing
This
around.
guy eats crayons.
Yeah, they're just fucking around.
Exactly. Yeah. But it also depends what your MOS is, what your school, what your class, But at least what I really wanted to do was just serve my country some other way somehow. But also, the benefits do matter when you think about those things.
Yeah, it's huge.
I feel like any other country's like, just serve for your country, that's all you're gonna get. But this one, at least it gives you an opportunity to have good health care, and opportunity for you to use their benefits for your, like VA loans,
Yeah, VA loans, man.
GI Bill, but I can save my
They
GI
hook it
Bill
up.
for my kid. So I don't have to use it on me, I could use it on my kid. If I use it on myself, it would just be for more schooling to get a certain rank, blah, blah, blah. But I would love to save it so if my kid wants to go to a good school, I'll just give it to him.
That's so nice.
Really cool, yeah.
But obviously, when you have a kid, you have to think that far because that time is gonna come up.
So would you say it was having the kid that kind of like planted that seed in your
Yes,
brain that was
yes.
like, oh fuck, I'm gonna take this leap?
Yes, because same time I'm like looking at my future now. It's like I know I'm hustling, and I'm not doubting my hustle. It's just how can I guarantee my hustle?
Security.
Security.
Yeah, because stunts is good money, but then it's not always there.
There's a lot of politics in stunts too, and I'm just tired of playing politics. I'm tired of playing Chinese roles.
Come on, dog. You want? What you mean? You don't wanna...
Dude, the last gig.
What are you gonna play?
I'm tired of this Chinese shit.
No.
I'm Korean, motherfucker.
Now I'm gonna join the army.
No, it's not even that. It's just like realistically, you gotta be that 1%er to be top dog in the industry.
Or else you're just a Chinese goon.
You're not gonna be the Arnold, dude.
But the thing is, you can be that 1%er,
Yeah.
but you still gotta wait in line.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wait for Arnold Chan to stop.
There's,
Once he stops, then you can get in, bro.
No matter what
He's
people
never.
say. Hey, listen, no matter what, I actually worked with him.
I know. That's why
He lives in Vegas now.
He's the man.
No matter what people say, the Hollywood still will racial profile.
That's true. I mean, they're just
Which
making
is
movies.
fine.
They're just
Which is-
making movies.
They're
Yeah.
just making movies. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I need 6 feet dudes here. I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
that's racial. It's not even racial.
Hey, I need Chinese triads. At that point, it's okay because you're just like, I'm Asian, I look triad. I'm down.
Triad.
I need North Koreans. I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, that shit is just too much games to play with, and I don't have that extra discipline to be that 1%er. I don't have that time to be that the 1% unless you're in it long
Isn't
time
that the
ago.
same though as like the white guy who does stunts and he's like, man, I don't look triad-y. These guys get hooked up.
Yeah, but more you actually. I personally think you got way more work because you have the Western.
But way more competition. There's way more white guys that are competing against each other.
That's true.
World War II.
Yeah, there's more work.
movies,
Yeah,
Iraq.
Yeah.
Korea War.
Korean War is only.
They could be in a vampire movie. You take a fall.
But still a lot of whites in there
They
too.
could be a body double.
There's way more white leads that need
Yeah.
stunt doubles.
Yeah.
Killing a bunch of triads on screen.
Sometimes it ain't even for hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just gotta get like bitch slap or something.
Yeah, or
Take
you
a fall.
Hey, could you just walk around in the back somewhere? You know what I mean? But
Yeah, like Game of Thrones, like, dude, there's probably like 10,000 white guys on set.
Yeah.
In one project.
Yeah.
I
All
can't
whites.
think of one Asian project that needs 10,000 Asian people.
The Genghis Khan, Marco Polo.
hey, brother son, yeah, hella Chinese Asian dudes.
The Marco Polo.
But like 8 seasons of it though, you know, like that creates so much work.
But think about it, like Harry Potter, one Asian fucker.
Yeah. Cho Chang.
She's that girl, right?
And then you can't go to Asia to do the film because it's even worse for a stunt person out there.
Damn, they just gave you like bread for the day.
Yeah, they don't give a damn.
Good job, bread. Bread for you. Go home, eat.
You go to Asia, they speak English to you.
Or you go to Asia, you look too American.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like, you have too many maso.
Or you can't hear the emergency commands.
Yeah.
You can't understand them.
Alright, they're gonna like, Thomas, hold on! And you're gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? I told you to get out the way! And you're like, man, what the fuck? But anyway, so I was just like, yo, I'm done hoping.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have time to be fucking grinding like that.
I think you made a good choice.
I just made, that could always just be in the back end too, you know what I mean? National Guard, you do your thing and you come right back. And then whatever you're stationed at, you're gonna be in I'm gonna be out in whatever I'm stationed at.
Are you excited though to be in some action?
What, in some action?
Aren't you a little bit hyped about that?
What a time to join is what I said.
How old are you? How old are you right now?
30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
young, bro.
Hey, how old you thought I was, man?
I don't know, like 25 or something. But 30 is so that's a huge question because like when I think back to like boot camp and stuff like that, or people that even join like, because like boot camp is way different than any police academy.
Well, yeah.
You go home, right? Police academy, you go home.
Yeah.
When you join the military, you go to boot camp. There is no home. There is no time.
Yeah.
There's nothing, no freedom for 2-3 months or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then so like, when I think back, if someone asked me to do boot camp now, I would say fuck no.
Yes.
I enjoy life way so much now. Like it's hard to do boot camp when you're like up when you're 40 years old. Like
Oh, for
like, you have your own routine, your likes, your dislikes, all that stuff, right? Like and then 30 is, I think it's easier when you're 18 or 17 to join boot camp because you don't even know who the fuck you are. So it's easy to go through like a hell week type thing than to have a full identity and then now you're like, you flip it.
Yeah.
Because your life is about to get flipped upside down.
Yep.
Like what made you be down with that?
I just saw something like someone say like you have to be willing to sacrifice stuff or your comfort to make to even have better things down the line. So I told myself like, well, the thing is, my buddy joined at 35. One of my buddies joined at 35 Army Reserve.
How he already finished boot camp?
He's done. He's back already. Yeah.
How did he like it?
It was funny because he's Josh. His name is Josh, right? He's from Step Boys, and he said he loved every bit of it. He just loves people screaming at him. He said he's a little psycho. Man.
He's a little weird.
He's a little weirdo, but
He's tight though, yeah.
but if he did it, I was just like, bet.
What's the age cutoff? I didn't know you could be boot camp at 35.
62.
He's a medic, no?
Yeah, combat medic. But age 35. But if you're older, they said you need to be useful. Like you got to be scoring high.
They have waivers.
Yeah, they have Army.
Like a 50 like fucking Olympian, they'll still sign you.
What? No way.
So you'll be around a bunch of 19-year-olds?
Yeah, 18,
I'm gonna
17.
be around a bunch of 18-year-olds and dudes that have no idea what the fuck they want to do. But that's why I said, for me, I was like I'm glad I actually had this conversation. A lot of people go in because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, so they just get out and that's it. They don't know how to utilize what they have unless it's time to go GI Bill. But then they don't know what the fuck they're doing in the Army. They're just gonna get that GI Bill and they're gonna go to school and they still don't know what the fuck they're gonna be doing until something clicks. But at least I know what I want to do.
Yeah, strategic.
Going in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
So at least like for me, it's just the credentials in the background. So to use it during like if I want to do security or some type of like police work, I can at least use that.
Or even if you go back in stunts, you have like the real life practice,
Yeah, so I could.
consulting and all that stuff.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So for me, it's useful. That's why I was like, I want to go into this. But people say like you should have gone into something better, like combat engineering, which is blowing up stuff, building stuff. which is fair, but I didn't score high enough, boys. Hey!
What was the ASVAB needed for one of those? Did you take the ASVAB still?
I took I took everything. ASVAB, blood work, dental, hearing, eye vision. Huh?
You just weren't smart
No,
enough.
I messed up, dude. My recruiter told me, yo, study the book now, so by the time your tattoos get approved, you're good to go. But I was just like, my tattoos is not gonna get approved. So I
So you thought you were gonna fail already.
I like to be negative all the time.
That's probably why it's good that you're not a combat technician.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. I just grew up with so much bad things happening all the time. That's just how I would like.
You want to get your hopes up.
I don't like to have my hopes up in general.
I feel that.
I was just like, I'm not gonna study this shit because they're gonna say no. Cause look at this.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there.
What's the point of
Oh,
studying?
yeah, neck tattoos, they're allowing it now?
Well, that's the thing.
They're desperate now,
No, they're not.
Oh.
We have way more than we need. They said.
Maybe
Yeah.
they just say that.
No.
No, ever since the Supreme Leader took office, the recruiting numbers are actually high, historically the highest it's ever been in history.
Oh, no way. Wow.
Yeah.
How the heck that happened?
But remember, like, it's like, once again, I was just chilling, and then one day I get a call. He's like, "Good news, you passed. You ready for your ASVAB?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready for my ASVAB." And I said, "I'll study for it just in case." I studied the day before. Yeah,
What'd you score on it? Is it out of 100 still?
it's out of 100.
What'd you score?
I only scored enough to be infantry, which is 35.
You scored 35?
35, and that's passing grade. I was like,
That fool got an F plus, dude.
Worst Asian I know, dude.
yeah.
Said the day before is tough.
But to be honest, can I be honest with you?
Anthony's judging you right now, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey, let's all take the ASVAB. Let's see where we
Can I be honest with
I
you?
never met an Asian that scored 35.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I wanted to be in infantry though.
Yeah, but most people score like 80 and then they choose infantry.
Yeah, but most people are
He
smart.
locked it in, dude.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of
Hey,
you.
good shit, bro. Hey, good shit, dog.
Thank you, bro.
you study last minute?
Yeah. I'm proud of you too.
35?
No, you're not.
35 is like, you know, back in our day when you took the SAT, if you write your name down, you get 400. That's that. 35 is the 400 of SAT.
Yeah, no. I swear to God.
Show up, score.
Dude, even my recruiter was like, "Yo, what happened?" And I just said,
Yo, what? I thought you were Asian.
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were Korean,
I
bro.
straight up told him, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck happened." He's like, "Did you study at all?" And I told him, to be honest.
Did you even use the right mouse? You're just clicking the wrong keyboard?
Bro,
Literally, the only people I've ever met that scored 35
Bart's judging
are the
me.
people that like grew up in Ohio and their sister is their mom or whatever. It's like,
No, man, I'm not that bad.
Don't get him harder.
Bro, I'm not that bad, dude. Some girls score 2.
What?
you can't even have a job at 2.
No, that's why you get resent to GED school from the military.
She scored 2?
Scored 2, and she came straight out of high school.
Oh, that's impossible.
So you're comparing yourself to the worst person?
Yes, I am.
Get a 2 though.
35 is way better than 2.
But listen, I'm not. But look,
17 times.
regardless, if I did score high, I would have chosen infantry.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Hey,
that
you get it. You got
the
it,
job
bro.
you want. You got the job you want.
Keep on talking about different analogies of like what scoring 35
No,
is.
I'm gonna tell you how it went down. I'm gonna tell you how it went down. I'm gonna tell you how the maps went down and everything.
It went
Like
down.
honestly, like this is how it went
And
down.
explain what MEPS even stands for. That's why he scored 35. What's that?
So everyone who knows maps knows maps. I'm not gonna explain that.
But people that don't know what MEPS is.
I don't know.
They don't know MEPS, bro.
He goes, everyone who knows.
You know.
Military evaluation.
Military entrance processing station.
He was close. He said evaluation.
You see that? That's why I'm infantry though. But look, what happened is I go there, right? Joe, you having a good time, man?
So think of like a giant hospital / corporate building type place.
Yeah.
Hella people go there. There's like a waiting room and this whole like class.
Dude,
they process you.
it
They
was
go
wild.
Test your hearing. See if you're flat-footed.
Yeah.
Like it's like a just like how you see in the movies where they go step by step to see if like this organism is fit to be in like a military
It
scenario.
was just like so. Dude, I'm sitting next to, like, you know when you're outside, and then you have bunch of fucking lines. I'm like sitting there like, the fuck am I doing here? Like, am I even doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I look around, it's all young ass kids.
Yeah, everyone's like
it's just like-
17, 18.
And
Damn.
then maybe one 40-year-old in the back. You know what I mean? But you're
You
just
do
like,
look like 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, you fit in though.
You actually
don't
look
look
young,
like
yeah.
you don't look like the old guy in the group. That would be embarrassing.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that. What blew my mind is
That's why Bart thought you were 25.
Yeah, I did think you were.
thanks, man. I appreciate that. What blew my mind was a kid next to me, 2 fresh tattoos. 2 fresh tattoos.
Idiot. That guy scored 35 too.
No, I looked at him and I looked at him and I said, "Yo, what are you trying to be?" He said, "Oh, trying to be the Marines." But they said no because of my tattoos. And I looked at him.
He's an idiot.
When did you get your tattoos? He's like, when I wanted to be in the Marines. I was like, holy cow, you're dumb as shit. So what are you gonna do now? He's like, oh, maybe the Air Force or the Navy might take me. I was like, all right, well, you have options.
There's literally idiots like that where you go, come and join the Marines, and then they tell you, or wherever you're gonna join, right? The recruiter give you a whole list of what to do, what not to do. Don't get a DUI. Don't fucking commit any felonies. Don't get any new tattoos. Oh, you're perfect. You have 0 tattoos. Perfect. You don't have to do that whole processing thing. They're like, cool. Literally tomorrow they go get a tattoo.
Bro.
Idiots.
I was just looking at this kid like, the fuck? Come on, man.
They don't want tattoos on any new recruits. Right?
Marines are very strict with tattoos.
Well, it's like it's just one extra step. So it's like, imagine you try to close like a fucking home loan, right?
Yeah.
It's like you want to go through escrow as fast as you can, so it's smooth. So there's like military escrow too. So if you have tattoos, you have to go through an extra
They
background check.
inspect your tattoos.
Okay, is this racial? Is this guy's a white supremacist? They gotta take pictures of all your tattoos. So it's just way easier. You're like, oh, cool, you got a perfect credit score? Don't go buying a car before your home loan closes, right?
buy 2.
And they're like, okay, and they go buy fucking 2 cars or whatever. It's like that. It's like, dude, how'd your credit score get bumped down? Oh, I got so motivated. I got these 2 fucking tattoos.
Oh.
And now you can't be whatever.
Dude, it's fucking...
And it says Marines.
Idiot.
Yeah, but like, dude, it was crazy. And then some kid next to me, I'm just like sitting down next to him, and I'll just go like, "Yo, what did you score?" He said, "I scored a 90," and I was like, "Wow, good shit. What are you at?" He's like, "I'm joining the Marines," and I looked at him like, "Did you look at other options just in case, you know, because you might get way better jobs and opportunities?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't look at anything other because the only guy who came up to me was a Marine," and I was just like, bro, you know there's fucking Army, there's the Navy, there's the Air Force. With that score, you could fucking be doing way better jobs. He's like, really?
You could be like Intel, working for the CIA or some shit.
He's got a 90. You need that dumb.
Bro, and
He got a 90, but this 35 is giving unsolicited advice.
no, because
Good advice.
I'm aware of those things. It's not even about being smart. It's just being aware at that point.
Yeah.
You look at that kid, and I straight up told that kid, hey, just before you sign that contract, just look around and just see what your other options are, just in case. And then ever since then, he was like looking at the Army, the Air Force, what you could do with that number.
So you take the test first and then you join the branch?
No. You take the test for that branch. You know what I'm saying? But with that test, you could go any other branch.
Oh.
It's the same thing. It's meant for everybody.
Yeah, so what you'll do, like, let's say you go to a recruiting office and you want to join, let's say, the Coast Guard or something. You pick a job, you talk to the recruiter, whatever, and everything is kind of like at this like tentative state. They're like, okay, cool, this is the package that you want. Kind of like when you buy a house or a car. This is the car you want, blah, 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 blah. Then you do the credit check. So then you go take the ASVAB to see if you qualify for the job that you wanted. And then if it qualified, boom, you go right ahead. But if not, you have to go and reevaluate. Fuck, I couldn't get this job. Do I now join another branch, or do I stay at the same branch, choose another job? Yeah.
That's what it is. But then it was the whole Met process was crazy, and everyone was strict. Everyone was taking the test, and dude, I had like the crazy experience because I was taking the test, and then next thing you know, I just pop out my zins. I'm just like, I'm just
Take a little
"Ah."
boost.
Is that considered drugs or no?
It's
Bro.
nicotine.
No, to them though.
Oh.
No, to them it was crazy. I popped it in, and I'm just like taking the test, and some dude stops his hand comes over my shoulder and stops me, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? He goes like, follow me now, with that tone, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
You didn't say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
That's we'll keep that.
Or that's the start of the movie. We're like, oh, this guy's a rule breaker. We're setting up a new team of
Yeah, you're part of the Suicide Squad.
MIB.
Yeah, until he looks at my score. Until he looks at my score and goes like, never mind.
No, they look at your score. It's like, oh, this guy's expendable. We're setting up a new team.
The expendable.
Dude, this dude freaking looks at me and goes, "Are you chewing?" And I'm like, No, sir, I'm actually doing that. Clicked in my mind, and he said, my recruiter said, do not argue with anybody at MEPS. And I was just like,
That's good advice.
I kind of ignored it, and I was just like, no, sir, it's just Zins. And he's like, what is that? And I was just like, it's just pure nicotine. There's no tobacco in it. Because chewing is tobacco. You gotta spit out the tobacco in it. But this is just nicotine. He looks at me. But I was like, but I'll throw it away. And he was like, throw it away. None of that shit out here. Finish your test. And I was just like, yes, sir. And I had to continue my test after that.
Damn.
That's at 35 brain, not 34.
Then I forgot, I remember there's cameras everywhere and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wow, they're really on top of it, you know, the whole time and everything. And then after
Trying
that,
to do their job.
Exactly, and the whole time I'm getting my physical test, but the funniest one was when we had to go take our pee test.
Oh, someone look at the penis, huh?
Yeah, you gotta go pee inside. And
So the dude's just watching dick all day.
no, that's the thing. That's normal though. You know, in the military, everyone's gonna see each other's dick.
1,000 dicks. No, but he's just standing there inspecting and going like, make sure that dick goes in.
Everywhere you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a drug test and they
It's
stare at
like,
your
it's like
penis.
a normal thing, you know. But then like the funniest one was me. Just 5 of us have to line up. We all have to pee next to each other. And keep in mind, they're all 18-year-olds and they're young ass too, so it's very immature, right? So the guy.
They never seen a 30-year-old dick before.
Right, the whole
Age dick.
the whole time I'm trying to break the ice because everyone is nervous and scared, so no one's peeing. So I was like, dude, faster we get this done, faster we get out. So, you know, the guy goes like, he's just staring at everyone.
It is
He
nerve-wracking.
has to.
It is.
It's nerve-wracking, but I just yell out, you better see the smallest one.
Sorry, dude. Hell yeah.
And it's funny because the guy who's supposed to be watching serious. Yeah. Then you just see him go.
Hell yeah, dude. That's the best part. Fuck yeah.
He's like. I'm like this, and I'm just peeing because I see a peripheral vision, him just like holding his laugh, and I look at him. And he was like, he turns around. He's like, guys, focus. And I'm just like, my apologies, sir. And then we all just trying to pee, and everyone goes like, oh, I can't. And I just go like, sir, I need a fart.
Sir!
We're grown men. Let it out. I said, bet. He probably thought it was gonna be one of those, right? But my shit was, and then everyone goes. Everyone's pee just goes.
Fucking water pump.
Right, like a. He's a pee player. And then one kid in the corner. One kid in the corner. I can't pee anymore.
He started crying.
He lost it.
He started crying or laughing.
He started laughing, and I'm just like comfortably. He goes, no one finishes on time. Everyone's piss is just like, it's missing, and I'm just like, I got it. Sir, it's on my hand. He's like, just finish. And I'm just like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? And I'm just like over here, and everyone's dying because you can't even go like, zip, zip, He said, drop your pants down to your knees. And I was just like,
yeah.
sir, down to your knees? He's like, down to your knees. All right.
But my butt cheeks will show, sir.
Everybody goes, dude, it was funny because everyone goes halfway. I just went, boom, tang, and you just hear my belt, bang, hit the freaking ground.
It's like a toddler.
Oh, no, man.
Did you do this? Did you do this too?
I did,
better,
bro,
sir.
you have to. I did everything.
Is it because they want to make sure you don't have like a bottle with someone else's?
Yeah. That's what it is. So they have to open it up. But that was like the funniest experience ever. And then the last,
That's amazing,
honestly,
dude.
the last one was the freaking the physical check.
Which one's the physical check?
You know, when the doctors come in, but you know, I've done my physical before, but I was just freaking fucking with the kids. You know, I was just like, bro, they're gonna open your cheeks, they gotta touch everything, they're gonna go up close and everything. And all kids were like, the knees were just moving quickly, and I was just like, yeah.
They want to join the army and they can't even fucking do that.
Well, remember, they're 18-year-olds.
They got a 30-year-old agent dude's fucking with them. That's all.
Private. Let's check you.
That's why they call them private.
But then, and then the freaking, dude, the physical check was I don't know if we got time, but the physical check was the funniest. That's all I.
The next one.
We'll save it for the next one.
I want to hear that. That's amazing, dude.